when it's started.
Sounds good.
And I was gonna go in order by district for calling things because I don't have it in alphabetical order. That's okay with everyone. I'll let you know when it's started.
I believe we are live on YouTube
Yep.
right now.
Yeah, sure.
All set.
We're all set? Okay.
All right.
Well, I'll still use my gavel. Call the Common Council organizational meeting to order. Item A is introductory remarks by the mayor. So I want to welcome everybody to this rather unique situation we are in and hosting our virtual organizational meeting. I want to just quickly thank our three outgoing alderpersons, Yuri Barzak, Michael Chapleski, and Michael May, and thank them for their services to the community. They all came in with their own sets of strengths and vision, and they all learned a lot in their time with the city. And I can say with all honesty that each one of them definitely left the city of West Dallas a better place than when they started. And if you will bear with me, I just want to quickly read these proclamations, the resolutions of commendation for them as they concluded their service. I will start with Alderperson Michael May, completing his service as alderperson for the 3rd District as of April 21st, 2020, after 8 years of aldermanic service to the city of West Dallas. Whereas Alderperson May served as vice chairperson of the advisory committee and as a member of the administration and finance and license and health committee during his 8 years of service. Alderperson May championed the passage of numerous resolutions, ordinances, and repeals of ordinances, as was an outspoken advocate for changes to local and state legislation relating to eliminating sex trafficking and protecting the vulnerable threatened by these practices. Whereas in 2014, Alderperson May successfully passed a resolution to initiate the process of developing a strategic plan for the city of West Dallas, setting the path for the creation of the city and its 2017 to 2021 5-year strategic plan, which has been crucial to the revitalization and evolution in recent years. Whereas in 2020, Alderperson May was instrumental in the effort to adopt a resolution relative to authorizing funding and position approval for the police department to create a part-time school liaison officer, resource officer at Lane Intermediate School. Whereas Alderperson May was an advocate for the Rainbow Gardens Neighborhood Association and Rose Hill Neighborhood Associations and was instrumental in securing small grant funding for both organizations. And whereas Alderperson May has contributed to the city of West Dallas and greater community throughout his entire public service career as an alderperson. Whereas Alderperson May is deserving of special commendation for his years of service. Therefore, be it resolved by the Common Council and the city of West Dallas that Alderperson Michael P. May be and is hereby specially commended and congratulated for his dedication and service to the citizens of West Dallas. Be it further resolved that the Common Council hereby extends to Alderperson May its best wishes for his success in all of his future endeavors. Next up, we have Alderperson Michael Chapleski. Alderperson Chapleski is retiring as an alderperson for the 1st District as of April 21st, 2020, after 25 years of aldermanic service to the city of West Dallas. Alderperson Chapleski served as chairperson of the License and Health Committee and as a member of the Administration and Finance, Administrative Appeals Review Board, Community Development Authority, Juvenile Crime Enforcement Coalition, Local Law Enforcement Block Grants Program Advisory Board, and the Weed and Seed Program Interim Neighborhood Revitalization Coordinating Committee. And whereas Alderperson Chapleski was instrumental in sponsoring numerous ordinances that repeals of ordinances throughout his 25 years of service to the city of West Dallas that improved and enhanced the clarity and relevance of the city's municipal code. Whereas Alderperson Chapleski was an advocate for the East Dallas Neighborhood Association and the Liberty Heights Neighborhood Association and instrumental in securing small grant funding for both organizations. Whereas in 2018, His resolution authorizing staff to enter into an agreement with West Alien Brewing Company and other small breweries / craft breweries to set up a beer tent or beer garden at the City of West Allis Farmers Market, enhance the amenities available at the market, and established opportunities for future public-private partnerships at this key city destination. Whereas Alderperson Chapleski has contributed to the City of West Allis and greater community through his entire public service career as an alderperson, whereas Alderperson Chapleski is deserving of a special commendation for his years of service. Therefore, be it resolved by the Common Council of the City of West Allis that Alderperson Michael J. Chapleski be and is hereby specially commended and congratulated for his dedication and service to the citizens of West Allis. Be it further resolved that the Common Council hereby extends to Alderperson Chapleski its best wishes for a long and healthy retirement. Lastly, we have Alderman Gary Barzak, who is retiring as an alderperson for the 3rd District of West Allis about the time I was getting my driver's license. He has 32 years of alderman service. Whereas Alderperson Barzak served as chairperson of the Public Works Committee and as a member of the Safety and Development Committee during his 32 years of service. And whereas Alderperson Barzak was also an advocate for the Rose Hill and the Rainbow Gardens neighborhood associations, sponsoring resolutions to secure small grant program focus grants for the organizations. Whereas in 2016, Alderperson Barzak's resolution approving and supporting the development of the US Bike Route 30 through the City of West Allis was adopted, expanding access to bicycle routes to West Allis residents. And whereas in 2017, Alderperson Barzak's resolution relative to the directing of staff to assemble an action plan for the city's public works facility was adopted, laying the groundwork for the future of this key municipal facility. Whereas in 2017, Alderman Barzak led the successful adoption of a resolution in support of the legislative proposals introduced by State Representative Joe Sanfilippo, State Senator Leah Vukmir, and other elected officials during the state of Wisconsin legislature's biennial session, intended to keep habitual criminals off the street and stop violent repeat offenders who continue to cycle through our criminal justice system, continuing to victimize communities throughout Wisconsin. Whereas Alderperson Barzak has contributed to the City of West Allis and greater community throughout his entire public service career as an alderperson, Alderperson Barzak is deserving of a special commendation for his years of service, and now therefore be it resolved by the Common Council of the City of West Allis that Alderperson Gary T. Barzak be and is hereby specially commended and congratulated for his dedication and service to the citizens of the City of West Allis. Be it further resolved that the Common Council hereby extends to Alderperson Barzak his best wishes for a long and healthy retirement. You will all be getting a copy of this in the very near future. That does conclude my introductory remarks. I now want to go to item B, which will be remarks by the retired alderpersons and other members of the previous council. We will go by orders of years served, and we will start with the 8 years served by Alderman Mike May.
Well, I was really hoping we'd go alphabetically, but I'll start out. I don't want to take too much time here. I do want to say a quick thank you to all the people of the 3rd District of West Allis for their support and friendship over the last 8 years. I want to thank the employees of the City of West Allis, who really make all the older people look really good with all their determination to serve, and they do it so well. I want to thank the Common Council for their civility. We have a certain ability to debate issues and leave it on the floor. You know, we can head home and not take things too personally. I want to thank the mayor for his leadership in keeping all of us together and being supportive over the years. And of course, I want to thank my family, because without them, you know, none of this would be possible. To our new council members, I want you to remember that good policy comes before good politics. Follow your conscience, be responsive, and to learn and have fun. And one last quick comment. I want to mention that I believe this may be the first time that a district has been represented by 2 females. if not citywide, at least for the District 3. And it's the first time in decades that an alderperson has served District 3 outside of the Rainbow Gardens neighborhood. So we're really lucky to have you, Alderperson Keene, Alderperson Grisham, and if you ever need anything at all, please never hesitate to call. I'm not going too far. I'm still here in town, and I'm happy to serve, just in a different way. So thank you all.
Thank you, Alderman May. Alderperson Chaplesky.
Excuse me. I also like to thank the people of the First District for supporting me election after election after election, and working with the council and the mayors that I have over the years, and all the people at department heads, the vision heads, and all the workers in the city, which do a great job. And truthfully, they don't get enough credit for what they all do. And we have a great staff. We've had great people in the past. I really enjoyed working with them, and I agree, they do make us look a lot better. Also, I have to thank my wife for putting up with this for all these years. And now she's stuck with me all these evenings. So I just like to thank everybody. That's it.
Thank you, Alderman Chaplesky. She's actually asking me to put you on some committees already. Now we will turn things over to Alderman Gary Barzak.
Well, good evening, everybody. I too would like to, number one, thank the citizens of West Dallas. 8 terms, 32 years. I enjoyed all of it. It went so fast. But I think the one thing that really made it easy was staff. Incredible how they made us look good. And I've said that many times before. I've dealt with a lot of department heads, and I'd have to say that every single department head I dealt with was extremely professional. I got along with them great. And when I needed something accomplished, staff really went out of their way to make myself and I think the other alderpersons look really good. I also want to congratulate, of course, the new 2 alderpersons of the 3rd District. It is quite a historical time to have 2 new people in the 3rd District after we had a Barzak. Now I got to add this together. It's 32 and my dad was 24. I think that comes out to 56 years that there's been a Barzak. And then a lot of people don't know that there was Max Barzak, who was alderperson in West Dallas in the 1st District for 16 years. So you add all those together, and there's been a Barzak on the council for a long time. So with that, again, it's been a pleasure working with everybody. I think the one thing that the other 2 alderpersons said, Mickey and Mike, is that we debated a lot of issues, and we had some pretty strong, I would have to say, arguments on the council floor. But once that gavel hit and we walked off that floor, it was just like, yeah, hey, okay, you know, have a good evening. There never was, nobody ever took anything personal. I think the 3 new alderpersons coming on, take that you know, to your heart also. Debate the issue, but please don't ever take anything personal. Their personalities are really not into this. It's all about the citizens of West Dallas. And every time that I came up with an issue, I always kept in mind the citizen of West Dallas and how that would affect them, not the other members of the council. So again, it was really, really a pleasure serving with everybody, and I really appreciate it. And again, citizens of West Dallas, thank you.
Thank you, Alderman Barzak. I think I can speak for the council safely by saying that it's been great working with all 3 of you, and you will be missed. We are very appreciative of your service. I think back to the times when I was first running, and Gary, you and I met at a coffee shop out on Highway 100, and we were brainstorming and stopping in the jewelry store to touch base with Alderman Chaplesky. And we've had a lot of good times and a lot of laughs. And I think we're very appreciative of your service. So now if I'm moving to item C on our agendas, which is going to be the call to order. And I will ask City Administrator Grill to call the roll of the new Common Council.
Alderperson Tenorio,
Present.
Vitale,
Aye.
Stefanski,
Here.
Weigel,
Here.
Grisham,
Here.
Keen,
Here.
Lysick,
Here.
Brote,
Here.
Haas,
Here.
Reinke.
Here.
10 present.
Okay, a quorum is present. I will, as much as this is going to look strange online, I'm going to ask you to rise and we will do the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
Flag
Of the United States
States of America.
and to the
Republic
for which it
Which
stands,
stands one nation
nation
under
under God,
Indivisible.
indivisible,
With
liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. And we will move on to item F, election of the Common Council President.
Mayor Devine,
Alderman Haas.
I nominate Alderman Lysick as Common Council President.
Second.
There is a motion by Alderman Haas and a second by Alderman Vitale.
Yes.
Are there any other nominations? Any other nominations? And because I think I'm supposed to ask this 3 times, are there any other nominations? Hearing none, we will close nominations. All in favor of Tom Lysick? Actually, can we do a roll call or a voice vote here?
At this point in time, with no other nominations, you don't need to do a roll call. You can offer if anyone wants to do a write-in or some of the nomination, but at this point, a local call is sufficient.
Okay, then I will ask City Administrator Grill to do the all in favor. I'm sorry. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Is anybody opposed? Let that be recorded then as a unanimous ballot. Congratulations to Alderperson Tom Lysick on another term as Council President, which will translate nicely into item G, which is the address by the Common Council President.
I'd like to thank my colleagues for selecting me as Common Council President. I want to thank and welcome Alderpersons Grisham, Keen, and Tenorio to the Common Council. Normally, this meeting would be a live celebration of your election, an event that you could share in person with your family and friends, commemorating a milestone in your lives. Instead, we were previously sworn in to ensure proper social distancing. It's unfortunate that you have to experience your first few Common Council meetings via Zoom. But this will pass and things will return to normal at some point. We have many challenges ahead of us in the next 4 years, budget issues, facility problems, and a number of development opportunities. Each will present us with various options and methods of resolution that we must be able to form a consensus on. Our various backgrounds and different life experiences will enable us to view issues from all perspectives. That's what's great about local government. We are nonpartisan, part-time servants. We do this because of our sense of civic duty, not to advance a political agenda or as a full-time occupation. I want to thank Alderpersons Barzak, Shapluski, and May for the years of service to the city. I have enjoyed working with you and sincerely hope that you stay involved in city activities and issues Your experience and dedication is much appreciated, and you will be missed. That being said, I look forward to working with the new council for the next 4 years. We face exciting if challenging times, but that's what makes this position interesting. Thank you all for your civic involvement.
Mayor, you are muted.
Thank you, City Attorney Decker. Next item up is an address by Mayor Devine, which is obviously me. So I just want to also thank the citizens of West Allis, everyone in West Allis, for trusting me with this position for another 4 years. I want to congratulate our Common Council on their elections, as well as give a special welcome to the 3 new alderpersons to this body. Not only are there 2 females representing District 3, but I think this is the first time we've had 3 females representing the city on the Common Council. And I also want to extend a special welcome to Alderperson Tenorio, who is our first Filipino American on the council. I also want to take a moment to give a heartfelt thanks to all of our employees, from people that have been here for decades to people that have been hired in the last month. It's been said before, they are what makes us look good. They are responsive, they are responsible, they are dedicated, they are committed, and they are all about West Allis and what makes West Allis great. There is a reason that local governments tend to receive substantially higher approval ratings than state officials or federal officials. And that reason is that we work together. We produce results, and we do not get mired in partisan bickering. We do compromise, and we should compromise. It is what is fair to our taxpayers, and that path on this body must continue. I think it's safe to say that the progress that we are seeing in our community is evident as you drive around. You see large developments being built that we were talking about 4 years ago, that they were only on paper. You see more and more small businesses popping up, independent shops, local things throughout our community, and you see new families moving into their new homes in all parts of our city. I think while the momentum and the progress we have seen in West Allis may have temporarily hit a rough patch due to the COVID-19 pandemic, I am very confident that we will once again bounce back and regain our momentum. We are a community that knows resilience. And I want to close with a quote from a song, and this may shock you, but it's by an Irish songwriter. Phil Coulter was from Derry, Northern Ireland. Derry was a city that suffered under British occupation. It was where Bloody Sunday took place and many other human rights violations. But that city also had demonstrated resilience. And in Derry, when the times got rough, there was just about enough, but they saw it through without complaining. For deep inside was a burning pride for the town I loved so well. So I am looking forward to these next 4 years. I thank you again for your support, and I am looking forward to things returning to normal for all of us. Thank you. At this point, does anybody on the upcoming Common Council have any comments they would like to make? I would suggest you raise your hand on the feature under participants.
Mayor Devine.
Alderperson Stefanski.
I just want to welcome our 3 new members, Alderperson Grisham, Alderperson Keene, and Alderperson Tenorio. And I look forward to working with you all. And I want to say a special thank you to former Alderman Michael May, Gary Barzak, and Mickey Shapleski for the time that I got to work with the 3 of you. It was a pleasure, and I will miss working with you all. And thank you for the advice that I've gotten from you over the last year.
Thank you. Anybody else?
Mr. Mayor.
Alderman Vitale.
Yeah, first of all, I'd like to thank you for your genuine comments that you addressed tonight, which is a lot of it is all gospel truth, really, your statements you made, you know. And the fact is that now we have 3 new, of course, 1 male and 2 new alderperson for the 3rd district. I mean, I be very happy to work with them, with all of you, you know. I think we've been having a great council before, and I hope it will continue to follow through. Like Alderman Barzak said, you know, we always had some disagreements, you know, but we still, once we step out the chair, we all still were friends, you know, and again, I admire him for that, you know, and I did forward to him a short email yesterday, and I appreciate 32 years that I spent with him, you know, I mean, in the common council, and to be able, we've been accomplished a lot, you know, to bring the city forward. And that's the solution I think we should continue to follow, you know. And again, we know the budget is going to be tight the next millennium, you know. I mean, it's going to be a little more difficult. I hope we will be able to accomplish something. Again, you know, there's people down in our city, you know, they're hurt right now with finances, you know, based on the questions of business, people, the other jobs, you know. To me, it's a lot of various concerns out there. So again, I'd like to welcome the three older persons, you know, on board. And I give my best wishes to Gary Barzak and Mickey Tripaluski, which I'll thank you him for the summer. Occasionally he takes over for me because I'm maybe one, you know, for 2 meetings, you know. So I do appreciate that, Mickey, that you did that for me, you know. So again, and I'd like to thank all of you. So we'll see you, I hope, in the near future where we can have a meeting the normal way like we did before. Thank you.
Thank you, Alderman Vitale. Any other comments?
Mr. Mayor?
Was that Alderperson Tenorio?
Yes.
Yes.
I just want to thank everyone for welcoming us. I'm very excited about this new role. I know that West Dallas has a lot to offer, and I want to be part of the change moving forward. I want to thank the outgoing elders as well for your committed service to our city. And I want to thank the new council, especially the two other elders who are joining me as a part of the 2020 to 2024 council. I'm very excited about all the great work we can do, and I'm excited to serve the community. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Any other comments from the Common Council?
Mayor Devine?
Alderperson Grisham.
I would like to thank Alderman Gary Barzak and Michael May for their years of service, and also for inspiring me to be a better person for our community and actually run for office. And I welcome all the new council members as well. I really look forward to working with all of you, and congratulations to those that were reelected as well.
Thank you. Any other comments from the council? Okay, then we will move to item J, which will be the announcements of the committee appointments. I have the Administration and Finance Committee will again be chaired by Alderman Kevin Haas. The vice chair will be Dana Keene, and it will be filled out by Alderpersons Lysick, Tenorio, and Weigel. The Safety and Development Committee will be chaired once again by Tom Lysick, and the vice chair will be Alderperson Tenorio, and that will be filled out by Alderpersons Haas, Keene, and Weigel. The Public Works Committee will be chaired by Alderperson Dan Rote, and the vice chair will be Alderperson Tracy Stefanski. It will be filled out by Alderpersons Grisham, Ranke, and Vitale. The License and Health Committee will be chaired by Alderman Vitale, and it will be vice chaired by Alderperson Grisham, and will be filled out by Alderpersons Ranke, Rote, and Stefanski. And the Advisory Committee will once again be chaired by Alderperson Ranke, and it will be vice chaired also, again by Alderperson Grisham. and will be filled out by Alderpersons Rote, Stefanski, and Vitale. I believe that that concludes our business this evening.
Mayor Devine,
Alderman Lysick.
I move that we adjourn until tomorrow evening, Wednesday, April 22nd at 6 p.m.
Second.
There is a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you, everybody.